Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wrestling for Life Network. It is Wednesday, so you know what that means. That means a little bit of AEW Dynamite coming off the heels of Full Gear. What will happen? What does TK have? Is it going to be good? We got hope, as always, on every single Wednesday, folks. Fill up that chat. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. Be a part of the family. Be a part of the shows. And strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we bring you AEW Dynamite tonight. Exciting times in AEW. What will happen coming out of Full Gear? New champions, new things to talk about, new tournaments, so much to get into, so much to unpack, and it's going to be a fun one here tonight. I see that chat blown up already. Remember, we want triple digits hanging on the chat every single night. The channel continues to grow, continues to get bigger, and I hope everyone out there is having a good time. You're happy, healthy, and safe. You put Hump Day in the books. We're going to cap it off with some wrestling. Friday Junior tomorrow. The weekend is upon us. It's going to be a good time for everybody, and we're going to talk all about it here tonight, folks. Again, make sure you get in that chat. Make sure you hit all the buttons. And make sure you say hello. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Speak up. And if you don't know who I am, well, I am Mr. Evernight KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, the face that runs the place, if you will. Happy to be back at it again. Happy to be back at it again. And a big shout out to Anthony. Big shout out to Big Nick. Hope they are doing well. And keep it coming. Happy early Thanksgiving to many out there. And we have a show that we hope we can give some thanks for by the end. Let us know. But what do we got? We do have a top three. I'll come back to that. We will hear from the ops tonight. Hook, who left the group, is now back with the group. We got over it. We forgave each other. The ruse was upon us, and Hook has returned. We also have Kyle Fletcher and Okada going one-on-one as the Continental Classic kicks off. Darby, Kevin Knight should be an interesting but fun match. And, of course, John Mox taking on Dorado. I don't know what this match is going to look like. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out together, folks. And then, we got a tag match as Willow and Harley going to take on the Sisters of Sin. Shall be interesting. And, of course, we shirt people as always. But that's your matches. That's your rundown for what's been announced. Again, I will say hello to the people. But this one should be an interesting one. Coming off Full Gear, and I was actually a little surprised because I did feel like the response for Full Gear wasn't that overwhelmingly great. I think a lot of people had issues with Full Gear. Now, it had surprises. It mixed it up a little. It changed things up a little. What does it all mean? Swerve's back in the house. What does that look like? But can Tony parlay whatever he did at the pay-per-view into weekly television? Can he make the shows on weekly Wednesday nights? Can he make them better? Can he make them stronger? Can he make them more consistent? He now has to build up. I mean, we got Winners coming. We got the Holiday Bash. We got World's End all coming up in December. We will see what Tony has up his sleeve for everybody out there. I don't know. I'm optimistic. I want the energy to be good. I feel like wrestling's back on a bit of an uptick right now. Survivor Series we're getting ready for. We will be live at 6 p.m. on Saturday for that. So much going on in this wrestling world. What is on your wrestling mind? Once again, don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Get in there. Click all the buttons. Be a part of the show. Be a part of the fun, as I will get to the chat. But quick shout out, Spaz, Simone, and Damien, top three from last night. Doing good. That's your XP points. That's the more you chat, the more points you get. Super chat, super stickers, get you bonus points. Knock Spaz out of that top spot. Get into that top three. and be a friend, tell a friend, see if they can do the same. Also, don't forget to submit your predictions for Survivor Series. The link is right there. It should be a hyperlink on your end. Click the link, fill out the form. It's due by the start of the show. I think there's like 7 or 8 people in there now. Let's see, we get 30, 40 people in this battle. Dennis, I'll miss tonight's stream watching Stranger Things. Okay. All right. You can still have the stream up. You can watch this later. But I'm just playing with you. Buddy. Kevin, welcome back. How you doing? Hope you are well. Zach, always a pleasure. National Cake Day, good day. Jukebox Day, I like that one. Cherokee George is back with us. This day in November 26, 1942, Casablanca. There you go. Here's looking at you, kid. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy early Thanksgiving, Sean. Hope you are well. Let's go. I know we got lots to be thankful for around here, around the channel, around wrestling. There's lots to be thankful for. What are your wrestling thanks? That's a good one for tonight. You know, we always have a last match character show up. No one expected. Who would be the one for SummerSlam War Games? Is it Keith Lee? I don't know about Keith Lee. I really don't. I highly doubt it. I'm sure he still owes AEW time on his contract. Could Seth Rollins be healthier than we think and be ready to make a comeback and surprise us? Is that big enough? Seth might be my front runner, if anybody. Somewhere Breaker is going to win the WWE. No, somewhere 100%. Or Universal, he will not be denied. No, I mean, again, he's a blue chipper, Cherokee. Welcome back, sir. Damien, good to see you. Welcome back. Cherokee with all the thoughts. Damien, we got you. Michael, welcome. I just hope that they put on a good show for tonight and keep the interference down to a minimum. Now, the good news is Continental Classic, no interference, no run-ins, there's supposed to be nothing. Straight up matches, Continental Classic, no nonsense. Let's go. That's why I'm curious. What will John Moxley's match with Dorado look like without all the other side stuff? How will Darby and Kevin Knight play? I think that one's going to be really good. So we'll see. Neo, welcome back. Damn, George, you'll say anything for that #1 chat crown. You know that you don't technically mean anything. It means everything, Neo. George got some thoughts. Josh, welcome back. Good to see you. Let's go. What's up, Sam? Right. How you doing? Derry, welcome back. Or Betty, both. Happy Thanksgiving. Sup, Safit? How you doing? Happy Thanksgiving. Don't forget, folks, we are over on Twitch as well. Make sure you venture over there. We're climbing in the Twitch-verse. I don't know what you call it. Happy Thanksgiving. We appreciate that. Mike is kind of quiet. I hope that changed, Mr. Noob. Let me know. Is it vocal enough yet? Trying to stop it from bottoming out. It's a new system, so we'll see. Good evening. Happy Thanksgiving. Valen, welcome back. Let's hear it from my man, Samoa Joe. So that's a good question, Cherokee. How many people out there that can hear my voice right now are pumped about Joe getting that belt? I almost said Jericho. Samoa Joe's your new champ. How do you feel about it? Good, bad, indifferent? Is it going to be a good run? Is he a transition to Swerve? How does this all play out? Unexpected, I would say. To Tony Khan's credit, I almost thought Hangman was a guarantee to beat Joe. So we'll see. Tonight appears to be a good show on paper. On paper, definitely got some potential. Obviously, we're going to sprinkle in some other things outside of what I've announced. So, yeah. The best one-man show on Wednesdays is back, and it's back on this Thanksgiving Eve. Let's go. Hello, Bradley. Nothing but love, sir. Hope you are well. Happy to be added again. And yes, Nick taking a much-needed night off. I hope he has his feet up. I hope he's relaxing. I hope he's thinking about anything but wrestling right now. And hopefully I can suffice all on my lonesome and hang out with you fine people for a Wednesday night. And we'll see. I'm sure there's going to be a couple reasons to rant a little, and we will get into those as it happens. Happy Thanksgiving. Wear your knee pads. Knee pads are important if you're going to go extra dank, folks. Put your knee pads on, then do the good. If things go wrong, the knee pads are there to save you. So there you go. Tips. And happy Thanksgiving to the Knee Pad Patrol. Ken, welcome back. Merca, fuck yeah. Richard, Lacey Lane, formerly Caden Carter in WWE, signed with AEW. Yes. So we had seen her make at least one appearance before, Richard, and now it looks like it's going to be official. We'll see what it means, what it looks like. I mean, she's got upside. She's fun. Maybe they'll sign her partner. We'll see. Monet 4 belts in Malaysia. Now that she's just getting them straight from the factory, we'll go where they make them. CE, no. What's up, Jerome? Welcome back. Michael's in the house, full gear, booty juice. Now, here's the thing about it being booty juice. There was good shit on it, though. But it's done in such a way that, I don't know. The overall response from people seemed very booty juice-esque, if you will. 3 matches tonight dedicated to the Continental Classic. So, yeah, it looks like we're going to go hard and heavy at the Continental Classic. Both Dynamite and Collision are going to have matches for the tournament. I do think they're trying to pay this off at World's End. So they only have a few weeks to run it. I'm with you, KJ. I feel like wrestling has gotten back on track over the last few weeks. Yeah, the last couple of weeks, the excitement level has kind of gone up. I mean, we had fun with Blood and Guts. Whether you loved it or hated it, it was still fun and intriguing to kind of peer in at and watch. And some intrigue, some excitement around the AEW product. There are some good things happening. Mark Briscoe's a champion. I think that's phenomenal. And then the WWE heading into War Games, bringing out everybody they could find, plucking all the stars to load up this War Games. And as Paul Heyman said, the most star-studded War Games ever. So, yeah, it feels like we're on a bit of a buzz. Couple good SmackDowns. We'll see. Let's see if Tony can keep the ball going. It's top 3 close. Let's go. KJ. Greater than Mike Bobby Millie Bobby Brown. I know, like, who? All right, got you. Took a second. Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights. Welcome back. TJ, good to see ya. Richard, good to see ya. As I'm looking at about 2 minutes. So I see this chat filling up, and I love it. You're good. Thank you, sir. Playing with new equipment is always terrible, and I don't like the earphones very often, so I don't think anyone's ever seen me actually wear them. So I trust you guys to tell me when I sound fucked up. Welcome to AEW Wednesday Night Rants with KJ Weezer. She looks just like... Anyway, White going solo. Happy pre-Thanksgiving. Samoa Joe won, and the crowd went mild. Yeah, I mean, again, is that partly because the heel screwed over Adam Page and the crowd was a little, like, shocked? Or was it just they just didn't give a shit? Because that's the thing about Kyle O'Reilly. Like, Kyle O'Reilly beats Moxley, but do we care? Are we invested? Are we like, oh, shit, you know, Kyle's the guy? Like, we're more kind of interested in, is this finally the end of the Death Riders? Can we bury this shit? How do you have John Moxley continue to tap out? It's got to mean something, right? Happy for Joe. Definitely an unpredictable title change. But Hook being the reason Hangman lost doesn't sit right with me. Yeah, it's kind of got that. Is it like the Travis Scott vibes of like, oh, this guy? Like it really, to me, the way it all played out, Hook gets hurt. They replace him with Hobbs. Hook comes back. He's pouty. He doesn't want to fuck around with the ops, walks out on them. And that seemed like at the end of it. No payoff, no twist, no turn. And then simply, oh, he's back. We missed him. Big hug, big title. Let's go. I don't fully love it either. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want to dial in with me, I am getting the opening package for Dynamite as we speak. A little bit of Psalm 41 to kick off our Wednesday. Samoa Joe only won because Tony is too chicken shit to book Swerve to beat Hangman. That's a lot. And MDB, you've heard me talk about it. The chicken shit booking kills you. And when you're trying to protect everybody, it doesn't work. It doesn't always work. And why can't Swerve beat Hangman at World's End straight up? Why couldn't it be a thing? I don't know. Why, if it goes from Joe to Swerve at World's End, I mean, couldn't you have just done Hangman? But we are getting the run through. I got the graphic for the new AEW World Champion Samoa Joe and the Ops, who will be here tonight. By the way, the women's tag team tournament continues. If anyone remembered it was still happening, power to you. Semi-final. Now, was the semi-final match given a stip? Fact checkers, let me know. We're getting the Blue League. If anybody was wondering, I can share with you. This is your leagues for the Continental Classic starting tonight. We got a couple matches on each side as soon as I get rid of the comment. But yeah, so, we're going to see John versus Dorado. So John's going to get a win right out of the gate. Maybe it'll make him feel better about tapping to everybody, which is weird. So John has this moment where he taps and another moment where he taps. And he taps on this pay-per-view. And Wednesday, I'm going to fight Dorado because I want to be Continental Champion. What? Doesn't it feel like a drop off a little bit? Kyle Fletcher Okada. I mean, a good quality match. Could be a main event tonight. We'll see how that kicks off, but it's got potential. That should be fun. Darby taking on Kevin Knight, also in the gold division. So that shall be interesting. But I'll say it. And I said it with the John Cena tournament. I'm going to say it with this one. I believe all roads lead to Okada Takeshita in the final. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that's where we're heading, folks. All right, back at it. Here we go. As I'm getting a video package hyping up Takeshita and Okada. I mean, are we going to have that at World's End? Can we just finally have, I feel like the Takeshita Okada rivalry issue, hatred, whatever, has been strained. It's been long. It's almost, it's kind of feeling like the Judgment Day of, were they ever gonna break up? But we get the tournament rules: 20 minutes, 3 points for a win, 1 for a tie, and everybody banned from ringside. Why is everyone in this tournament in a tag team or a faction? I would like the Continental Classic to be a bunch of the wrestlers that we don't see a lot of. Some put a guy like Hobbs in this tournament so Hobbs can make us, maybe make a name for himself using the tournament. Kyle Fletcher's a good guy to put in the tournament. Moxley, no. I don't really care for Moxley in there. Claudio, I don't much care for. And why not? I get it. You sprinkle in a couple of vets, whatever. But I think you could put some younger talent in there to kind of have fun with it and kind of make it energized and make it feel cool. Anyone think Bailey and Knight are in the tournament and takes pins? Could be. We always have Mark Briscoe was in the last couple just to take L's. We'll see. Fletcher versus Okada opening the show. Yes, it is. I will put a poll up for this one. We're wasting no time to get into the fun stuff, folks, which is good. Video package into a match. No long promo. No, silly shit. Just get in the ring and let's go. But let's go. Kyle versus Okada. Who you taking? I should have put nobody as an option on the poll. I didn't, but I should have because you can tie in these tournament matches. They're all interconnected. It's actually fucking stupid. Yeah, I mean, it will be interesting to see how Claudio and Moxley play out in the same league. Who advances? Does it cause a further rift between Claudio and Moxley? How does that play out? What does that look like long term? I don't know. We'll see. But sprinkle it up. It's always the same people. I really did kind of eye roll when I heard Mox was going to be in it. I know I pick on Moxley, but legitimately, at this point, just take a week off, man. Take a day off. You don't need to be in this tournament. You were just holding on to the world title for how long? Now you're going to go in this Continental Classic. take on Dorado? But what? Who does a match between Jon Moxley and Dorado help? Does it help get Moxley over? Does it help make Moxley look more of a badass? Does it help Dorado to look cool? I don't think so. Not in any way, shape, or form. I am sick. Dazzer, by the way. I am sick of seeing people in Continental Classic. Where's Shane Taylor? Where's Josh Woods? Where's QT? I mean, yeah, you might be scraping a little lower towards the bottom of the barrel, but you're not wrong as far as there's other talent out there. Shane Taylor's a great talent. Everyone hypes up Lee Moriarty. Why didn't you put him in this? Make him look good. There are people that we don't see a lot of. But Roderick Strong, is Roddy in it? I don't think Roderick's in it. So he might be. Let me double check. Do we see Roddy on that list? Yeah, Roddy is in it. So there you go. You get points for putting Roddy in. We'll see. I mean, Orange Cassidy. I mean, can he win it all? We know we like him. For some people. Okada for the win. All right. What's the chat saying? 61% Okada. So that's crazy. Kyle should be miles ahead of Okada in the voting for this. The fact that Okada's ahead at all is insane to me. How can anybody pick Okada over Kyle Fletcher at this point in history? Kyle Fletcher should dust Okada. Predicting draw. I'm with you, Steven. If I voted, it would be draw. I think they're going to go 20 strong. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. We'll find out. They really shouldn't even announce the stip. Everyone banned from ringside. Just enforce the manager's license rule where you can't be at ringside without a license. It is a little counterintuitive, C-Money, of the normal match. You're not allowed out at ringside unless you're there for a purpose. Like you said, your manager's license rule. So this idea that, no, these matches are special. So you mean normal matches, anybody, anytime, anywhere? Well, maybe that's why it's a bit of a kerfuffle. And, you know, some of the rules would make a lot more sense, right? Okada for the win. If no one is allowed at ringside, why is Don Callis there? Good. Does it count because he puts himself on commentary? That's a good question, Frankie. And he does have a manager's license, but nobody is supposed to be at ringside. Do they let him go on ringside because this is technically kind of neutral territory? As we do have a bit of a slow feeling out start to this one. I don't mind it. I'm supposed to believe that Kyle and Okada are going to beat each other up, but Lashley and Shelton wouldn't. Yeah, Lashley-Shelton thing was handled wrong. I know me and Nick joked about the finger poke at Doom and what that would look like, but they could have done something in that moment. The chuckling at each other, the pretending. They didn't even entertain the idea of wrestling. And then the first countdown felt like a minute. Felt like 45 seconds to a minute. They were like, fuck it, send the next person because these two aren't going to scrap. Stainmaker for the W. Oof. Stairmaster. This logic in AEW just doesn't make any sense. That's the thing. It's just, all right, we got a tournament. Who wants to be in it? And you just kind of put things in. I do think foresight, planning, organizing, having a long-term goal is lacking with this particular creative. Boston, sir, welcome back. Good to see you. Let's hope. Off to a methodical start, and not in a bad way. I don't mind the start of this match at all. Taking our time. Crowd's a little quiet, though. You know, like to maybe start the show with a little more energy. Why is Callis on commentary? Yeah, again, you step on your own sausage way too often in this company. They can't help it. They're constantly slipping up. They're constantly, again, they take something that's not complicated and make it complicated. And if you're going to announce nobody at ringside, then leave Don Callis in the fucking back. You know, the argument, I don't know if commentary mentioned it, but if he does show up, commentary should say to him, you're not supposed to be here. And then he says, I'm on commentary. I'm not at ringside. Ha ha. So he gets a Healy way to the audience to get himself in that position. Makes sense. You explain it. The commentary team calls it out, calls him out for it. So now the fans go, oh, okay, that's why. When you just do it, the company looks stupid. Kyle Fletcher for the win, because it's obviously Okada versus Takeshita final. I'm with you, noob. I'm with you all the way, buddy. I think that's what this is leading towards. I think this is what, if we get that again, kind of like last year where it felt like Okada was going to win. It kind of sucks if it's that kind of blatant. Like, how are we going to get there and make it cool, right? Like, how do you keep Moxley out of the finals? If Fletcher becomes a free agent, WWE will throw the largest bag of money at it, 100%. Again, you see him, like right now, we've been talking a lot about like Miles Bourne. To me, Kyle Fletcher, I mean, we all know the comparables as far as Orton goes, but, you know, Kyle Fletcher is just as, if not, you know, miles ahead of Miles at this point in his development. Like he's got a charisma, he's got an athleticism. The WWE would be stupid not to back the truck up for him. Are you interested in OC versus Claudio? I feel like I've seen it. I've seen it too many times. I think I can kind of map out for you, Damian, like how the match is going to play out. A bunch of Europeans, a bunch of hands in pockets. Yeah, I'm not that excited, if that's fair. You know, Tony is glazing his tip for the booking suggestion. Let's go. That's all the stickers. Make sure you use your emojis. KJ has been there. Has there been a women's Continental Classic yet? No. That's a very good argument, Kyle. There is yet to be a women's Continental Classic. For some reason, Don Callis reminds me of Mr. Peanut. You put a Monica on the man, and I swear I have Mr. Peanut. Mr. Peanut's a fair argument. He's just, we see too much of Mr. Peanut. We'll put it that way. Put Mr. Peanut away. Kyle should be getting the win. I think it's going to go a draw. Right now, both men are outside. We are in a picture-in-picture. We're rolling along. I see that chat filling up. I see the numbers blowing up. Remember, be a friend, tell a friend. We want to see triple digits in the chat every show, every live stream, and we got lots coming your way, especially at the end of the year with the 4 life fees, with the year-end reviews, with all the content, all the fun. We're working on new shit, new games, new interviews, new look, new vibe, new feel, new year. Let's go. Yeah, Okada in control during the commercial break here. Has Okada versus Fletcher started yet? Yes, it's definitely rolling. Yeah, Kyle's going to have to do a lot of the work. Welcome back, Byron, Alexis. Anyone else I have not yet said hello to? Rocco, how you doing? Big loophole. Wasn't that title that title we just saw unified, but it's still being defended by itself. Wasn't it unified? So it's the ununified, unified titles of like, he unified them as far as where they store them and whose house they go to. But as far as competing goes, it feels like they're not unified. And the Continental Class, like, those are all the questions that get tied into this. You know, Okada essentially has to win a tournament to defend his title. That's kind of crazy. I'd almost set it up that the winner of the Continental Classic gets the shot at the champ. But I also don't think if you win the Continental Classic, you get a belt that you wear all year round and defend. You get a trophy and we move on. Next year, we get another one. It's weird. It's weird booking. In addition to that, yeah, like sometimes it's defended, sometimes it isn't. They unified them, but they're not unified. But they are, they call it out, the unified champion. Well, but nothing's unified. I don't get it. I don't get any of it. The semifinals and finals will be at World's End. Of what? Of the Continental? I love when matches start this way. You know you're about to be in for the long haul. Less chance to gas out midway through. No, I agree. I like a good pace match. I know some, and maybe I'm wrong, and I don't want to typecast anyone out there, but I feel like some of the younger fans get a little impatient with kind of a match that builds that kind of way. I like a good old, battle of strength. A couple times, the heel gets pushed into the corner, the eye pokes, the fun stuff. I love the psychology in wrestling when it's done right. Big suplex, superplex from the top. That's the money. That's the bread and butter. That's what makes you a wrestling fan and makes you want to stick around, is all that kind of thing that I think some of the wrestling shows could do a better job of utilizing. Use the ref to your advantage. Use, the rules as a way to tell a story and build. Yeah, you don't just have to run into moves, like build and kind of have those moments and those, my dick is bigger than yours kind of vibes, and see what happens. But you got to build it. You got to build it. I got no problem with it. And then you pick up the pace, which they are now. Every time Callis is on commentary, I mute my TV. Don Callis being on commentary every time one of his guys wrestles is ridiculous. It's stupid. Again, it's another thing that little details when it comes to building a show. You want Callis being a manager at ringside, being troublesome, yelling at the referee, interacting with the fans. Like if Don Callis was standing up at the apron, Kyle gets a 2 count, and Callis yells out, "Come on, ref," all the fans behind him react. That's why you want Callis there. He is adding no value to his talent by sitting on commentary, tooting his own horn. Oh, the neck breaker from Okada. Never liked Jet Speed. They're a cutesy babyface tag team. Don't love them. Don't hate them. Again, if you want me to believe in them, book them stronger. Why do they have a unified title but still have 3 belts? No sense at all. Thank you so much for the super chat. No sense. That is it. Like, you insert something that you don't need to. And if you're going to unify the title, which we thought was a great idea, then unify the title, get rid of the other 2. No, it just looks cool when he carries 3. Like, what is this? I really don't get it. I really don't get it. And no, that's the other problem. Miles ahead. Yeah, you might be right. I don't want to undersell Miles. We just haven't seen Miles in that main event spot, in that big match spot. We've seen more of Kyle Fletcher in bigger moments. He's shown more. So I personally give the edge to Fletcher. But could you imagine Fletcher was getting the training that Miles is getting? I'm really surprised. Yeah, where's Martoast? Are Mercedes and Martoast having problems? And I'm not starting a rumor, folks. Just a guess. But all of a sudden, the Martos isn't being booked like he was. Dun, dun, dun. Let the rumors begin. Haven't seen Martos in a while. Yeah. He'd be sleeping on the couch. If WWE can find a way to get both Swerve and Fletcher from WWE, from AEW, find a way to get both Swerve and Fletcher from AEW, they both would be on every poster 100%. And I know people talk a lot about Swerve. We don't know if Swerve will ever go back. But if they could get Swerve's a guy that got dropped and left before Triple H came back into power. And that, to me, probably would have changed Swerve's booking. Swerve is one of the best AEW has to offer. And Swerve could also be one of the best in the other company if booked. And continues to grow as the pro that he is. Huge fan of Swerve. Love what he does. Love what he brings to the table. And in AEW, he should be that guy. He should be your number one baby face. He should be the guy that comes out and does his entrance, and the crowd's screaming for a run back. And he's got to do it again. Nana's got to go dancing again. It's perfect. He is the guy that could be your flag bearer. Sorry, no offense to Adam Page, but Swerve's got it. And Page, not quite the same. All right, Ronan, how you doing? I got to catch up on this chat. I got to keep going. What's up, Wrestling Rants? Geekbox. AEW is slipping like Brock Lesnar's Pyro show. Right? Let's go. Who booked the classic? We know who booked the classic, Tony. Oh, shit. Where is it?
Shit!
Let's go. Oh. Down, the crowd's cheering. How you feeling out there? How's this one doing for you? Solid match. Not bad, not bad. I got you, bro. I got you back. It's all a bunch of nothing matches, Corey. It's pathetic. It's confusing, right? Because you kind of want it to, like, I get it. Like, maybe it means something for the Death Riders, but I don't like Moxley in here. Yeah, like, all right, this match is good. Is it going to go to 20? And will all the matches hold up to that? Yes, he does, apparently. What's up, Corey? I'm trying to figure out the difference between the Continental Classic and the Owen Hart Tournament. They're both once a year. Yeah, but Continental does the brackets, right? The G1 style bracket. So we get a round robin, then you get your finals, semifinals. Owen Hart's a bracket, right? It's your March Madness bracket, one and done type tournament. So that's the main difference between the two. But yes. And the Owen Hart, you get a belt, but you don't defend it, and you don't bring it around with you. And the Continental, you defend all year round and then have to defend it in the tournament each year. Oh, deep 2 on the power bomb. Not bad, not bad, not bad. What's up, Zippy? Appreciate it. We do. I love Mike Bailey. Kevin Knight is cool, though. I think Kevin Knight's a really good wrestler. Like, Kevin Knight's a guy kind of like Javon, Leon, where another guy that can really go, has a lot of charisma, really good baby face. And you said, hey, I read like, but I got love for Mike Bailey, a good old Canadian boy. I just think you got to book him well. And I've seen Mike Bailey have barn burner matches. Mike Bailey, Josh Alexander, Mike Bailey, Will Ospreay. Like, Bailey can go. There's some things in his game that somebody should tell him to stop doing, but there's something there, just the biggest smile in wrestling. Oh, he got him. Fletcher got it. Holy shit. On the roll-up, Kyle Fletcher steals it. Holy. How do we feel about that? Solid match. So Kyle Fletcher, the first one on the board, as he is it an upset? Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle Fletcher beating Okada, to me, that's not an upset. But does this keep adding to the issues between Okada and the Callis family? I don't know. Let me know. Ugly tombstone, apathetic. It's the worst. It's the kiss of death in wrestling. It's the kiss of death in entertainment. When you develop apathy towards characters, towards a show of any kind, it's over. Fletcher goes for the handshake, gets the handshake. Okada teases the bird, but sign of respect. The crowd claps. A good match to start the show. I'm still patiently waiting for Nick saying, I am listening, to be added to the soundboard. I'm working on our own sounds. It's something I would like to include. One, I got to find some of them. Two, I got to make it all work. And the crowd having fun. Yeah, they were into it. More Toast is Mercedes' personal assistant and security now. That he's transitioned. Fair enough. Tell him to take the mask off, take the head off, and actually do that. Like, be her, like, her sidekick, like her, her troublemaking boyfriend. As I got, I believe, Alicia Atut or Lexi Nair with Kenny Omega. Kenny looks like he was just having a nap. Absolutely agree, Richard. What did Richard say? At least 70% was Fletcher, for sure. We know what Okada is. And I hear other podcasters talk about Okada mailing it in. I've talked about Okada mailing it in. But at the end of the day, I honestly don't know that he has it, right? Like, he's put miles on that body. And at the end of the day, I don't know that Okada could do what Okada used to do. But it wasn't a bad match. With the right guy, it works. With Kyle, it worked. And he got in and out. But you would expect a young, strong Kyle Fletcher to carry a lot of that. And you just can't keep that pace. Okada can't work that pace anymore. So Kenny somberly, boringly explains that the Young Bucks deserve a second chance. And here they are. Oh, they're so shit.
Shit!
Just not good. So, like, we're all excited. Like, let's put this in perspective. You have, like, the top guys in your company, Kenny, the Elite, their founders, their EVPs. They've had issues. Now, the EVPs have been dicks for the better part of, 3 years? Kenny's been in and out. They kind of have a reconciliation. You get a chance for a big moment to kind of sell us on how cool it is. And you get a mopey, Eeyore-esque Kenny Omega, they deserve a second chance. And then the Bucks, they can add to the story. They can make us pumped. They can sell us on all the coolness that is the Elite. How you doing? What? That's it? That's all you guys have? When you sat down in the meeting for, what do you guys want to do this week? That's what y'all came up with. That's it? That's all you got? Okay. I see you. Being somber. Somebody get Rio. Lexi is beautiful. It is Lexi. My bad. I do not accept. They're so hard to accept as faces because they're such sniveling little dweebs. They're like these whiny little fucks that it's so hard to just give into the idea that these guys are the heroes of the story. And again, I think when given the opportunity, like just there, they don't do it. They don't live up to the hype. They may be the highest paid tag team in history, and thank God that Tony Khan exists for that to happen, because if it wasn't for Tony Khan, that would have never happened, because they would have been exposed. And they can't do anything convincing. They can't do anything adult-like. Everything they do is childish and kiddie and giggly, and they're just not good. And they're not helping sell tickets. They're not helping sell ratings. They're not helping sell merch. They're just guys that hang out and collect checks. Period. I know Dave Meltzer went on a big fucking rants about defending Tony and the budget and how they're making money and da 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 da. I think what Dave is missing, we're not mad at the wrestlers for making money. We're not mad at Tony for paying them the money. Nobody's mad about the idea that they're actually getting the money, but it's the idea that what they're getting the money for, they're not exactly delivering on. And that's what Dave's missing. Is that there's guys collecting checks to sit at home for months upon months upon months, or work once a month, or come in and shoot a couple things, half-ass it, don't deliver, don't help sell tickets, don't help move the product. That's what Dave didn't get. And again, Dave can't prove that the company's profitable. As soon as he proves it, we're all ears. But as we prove with his buddy BJ, they'll just fucking make up numbers and make up math and go, see clearly. And if you don't get it, you might be dumb. Get the fuck out of here. At the end of the day, we don't know. If you can prove it, you can back it up with facts and figures. We're all waiting, Dave. We all sit in anticipation of what you might have. But you miss the point. Nobody's mad at the wrestlers for making money. I actually commend the guys that have gotten the most money out of this guy to do whatever the fuck they want. Like, if John Moxley can talk a billionaire's kid into paying him a ridiculous amount of money to basically live out his childhood dreams as he sees fit. Good on him. Nobody's mad about that. What you don't get, Dave, is he's paying a lot of money and not getting full service back. That's on him. But I do have Mark Briscoe all bloodied up from Saturday talking about winning the title, losing his brother, emotional. This is good shit. I love Mark Briscoe. Congrats to him. And folks, the show rolls on. Let me know what you're thinking. They get no second chances. None. They've had second chances. They've had third chances. I even talked about, them being the heels and being bitter kind of worked. The thing they need to do is mature. And instead of maturing, they just downgrade right back to where they were. They go all the way full circle. We're right back at the beginning. There is a lack of growth in AEW. Look around. You can tell me the people that are amazing today or different today in a good way than they were when they got here 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Not a lot. Not a lot of names are like, oh, that guy got so much better. Not many. DDP daughter, Lexi Nair, Big Bill. Yes. I thought I saw another comment from Boston. Did I miss it? All right, we'll read this one. Kenny has always been mostly soft in his promos, but when he uses that intensity, it can really go on the mic. Wish he would tap into that more. He kind of reminds me of Cody a little bit. Like Cody's best promos are like a post-match promo where they don't really have time to think. They just kind of spit from the balls and let it out. Yeah, I've seen Kenny have good, kind of powerful promos, but again, it's just time and place, right? Like you just reunited with your best friends. Things are on the up and up. You're going to get revenge. I want to see a fired up Kenny. This is Matt. This is Nick. I fucking love these guys. We're going to kill it. We're kicking ass. We are the elite. And we're back. We're taking over. Fuck everybody. We're coming for it. Simple. No, just, yeah. Yeah, okay. What? How am I supposed to be excited, bro? You're not even jazzed. But here come the Sisters of Sin, setting up the tag match coming up next. So I will put a poll up. I believe Willow and Harley are the babes of wrath. I'm just going to put babes because I'm lazy. All right, get your votes in. Let me know. And I will take a second to remind everybody we are back at this tomorrow night. Your Survivor Series prediction and preview show. It's going to be fun. Nick and I are going to go toe-to-toe, talk all about it, break it down, and get into this card, see what we're excited for, give our picks on who we think is going to win or lose, how it will play out. Will we get any surprises? Be there 8 p.m. tomorrow. Of course, Friday we got SmackDown, 7:30 p.m. and then 6 p.m. Saturday. We are live here for a Saturday night Survivor Series. Looking forward to this one. Star-studded, jam-packed. And we're going to be here for every single minute of it. Be a friend, tell a friend. Again, we want to keep these chats in triple digits, folks. So go get everyone you know. Share the links. Don't forget, in the chat, there's a link for the Prediction Championship. You can make your picks now for the prediction title. And we've sprinkled in a few prop bets in addition to the matches. So for the cards with only 4 or 5 matches, we're going to add in some prop bets from now on. Yeah. Last but not least, we shirt people. Get your merch. So the match is off and running, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, let me know who you're taking. Young sucks. That's what I want to read. It's funny you mentioned that about the Bucks, KJ, because we were feeling the same way about Hangman for a while after his diva moments with Punk. Now, at least for me, I'm a fan of Hangman. Yeah, it's true, right? And I think it's all about how you approach things. And that's what my challenge to the Bucks is. So I completely agree with what you're saying, Boston. Like, I want the Bucks to kind of do what Hangman did. I wasn't very big on Hangman. I thought he was struggling. I thought there was some, like, especially after the Punk stuff. But then he got all fired up and he kind of went on this serious run. He was kicking ass, taking names. I called him the AEW's MVP of 2024. So I think he's done well. That's what I want to see the Bucks do. Step in and dig into something. To me, they just feel like they're fucking around. To me, that's an example of, the highest paid tag team in history. For what? Then shouldn't they be the best tag team in history? Shouldn't they perform at a high level? Shouldn't they be, filling seats because they're so good that you can't miss out? If the Bucks are coming to your city, buy your tickets today. Shouldn't that be happening? So I agree with you, sir. I like it. Nobody wants to face Team Bucks. Bucks only want to work with their friends. It's another caveat. So we get a little tandem offense here from Willow and Harley. Not the prettiest, but it worked. No, it didn't work, actually. 60% going babes, 40% going sisters. Funny pull. It's a funny pull. I do see a super chat. Oh, Mega, thank you for the super sticker, sir. We appreciate it as always. Spaz with the $5 in the chat. Thank you, sir. As always, we do appreciate it. Using this Mud Show time as editing time, join me and Jake DeMarco at 10:30 tonight while we preview War Games. Also 0 to 10 for the ring level ramp. I don't mind the ramp. I know you and I have talked about this before. I don't hate it as much as you do. I think it's just different. I kind of like when it changes up. However, go give Spaz some love. 10:30 tonight. They are breaking into their War Games preview. So go see Jake and Spaz. Have a good time as they show us a lot of love. Show some back. As Sky Blue gets slammed down, Harley's getting the crowd going. I must say.
Yums.
Yeah, let's go. What's up, Randy? Jake, DeMarco, Lady B, Botch. The thing is, Harley's super over. She just needs more work. As Sky Blue yanks. I'm pretty sure Sky Blue's suit is getting higher and higher by the week. They used to be shorts. Now they're like a bikini. Eventually, they'll just be a T-bar. What are we doing? So, Harley Cameron just had a Ring of Honor Women's World Title match versus Athena last week. How'd that go? Like, I know who won, but how did it go? Mercedes can be Snoop Dogg, Nate Dogg, or Dog the Bounty Hunter's cousin. She still brings nothing to AEW. I said what I said, damn it. Facts. With all the facts. So, where's it?
5:30, shots fired. Can we get an EMS code 3, Washburn 51st Street? We got one down.
Right. Let's go. No cheeks for the W. Yeah, shots fired by Lady B. Mercedes Moné, John Moxley, the Young Bucks are bringing nothing to the table. When you have people on a team that all they care about is feeding themselves, they don't help the overall group. And I will argue with anybody on this planet about those names I used. Mercedes is just like the Bucks. I just talked about highest paid tag team ever. Well, shouldn't they be the following list of things? Shouldn't they be, something to deserve that kind of money? Mercedes Moné, the biggest contract in women's wrestling history. Well, shouldn't she be able to cut a promo? Shouldn't she be able to have a good match with somebody that's not a proven veteran? What are we doing? These are the people. Like, John Moxley gets booked more than anybody on your show, and he's not helping your show. He's actually turning people away from your show, and you refuse to believe that. You refuse to see that. And I don't get why. If you were coaching a sport and one of the players on the field or the ice couldn't play, wouldn't you want to sit them on the bench and put someone else that might be able to help you? But Tony's hell-bent on... Tony's one of those coaches that we're just here for the fun, guys. Winning doesn't matter. Just go out and do your best. Everybody gets equal playing time. Everyone gets a medal. That's how Tony Khan runs his business, right? Everybody gets their little piece of pie. Everybody gets to, get time in the ring. That's why the fucking pay-per-views are exploding with people, right? You don't have to earn it. Just, you're here. So there you go. That's enough. Oh, it is snowing here and they're calling for snowstorms. So hold on tight. Winter might be upon us. Pitcher and pitcher break. What was that? I didn't even pay attention to it, Ronan. Because right now we still have the ladies going back and forth. Did I get the vote? That's good. I haven't forgotten the Harley spot. What Harley spot? As this match is kind of slowing down. I mean, we see a lot of women's matches on NXT, and I think all 4 of these women could use some time in a place like that. Drop kick. Crowd's kind of booing a little, or just staring in awe. The fellas, relax, boys. Those are called ladies. They're quite nice up in person. Winter is upon us. It's cold as balls. Yeah, and you're in the Windy City, man. And that's my least favorite thing. I'll take rain, snow, you pick anything. Nothing pisses me off and puts me in a bad mood worse than wind. Fucking hate the wind. Get that shit out of my face. It's almost like she knows where the moneymaker is. Facts, right? Like, I just keep creeping this up. No, keep booking me. As Willow is on fire. Good cheer from the crowd. It's an okay match, a shitty kick. Oh, spine buster. Oh, wait. She went for the pin. Blue was pretty much there before she even looked at the pin. And now we're exchanging forearms. Yeah, Willow's talented. Willow's a lady that I wish would get booked more and more and more. I want more Willow in a right spot. She could be carrying the company. She could be selling merch out the ass, but they just don't. Hot tag. Hot tag. Just call him Oprah Khan. Yeah, that's what it is. You get a match. You get a match. You get a match. I don't get it's crazy to me because a lot of the fans talk about what you pay to be a WWE fan and what you pay to be an AEW fan. But I mean, people bitch about commercials all the time and the WWE. You pay for HBO Max and you still have to watch commercials. That's baffling. TBS, I don't know. I'm not watching on TBS. So anybody that's got TBS out there, let us know. Buns, like buns in multiple ways. And I mean, there's nothing wrong, but it's buns.
Yum yums.
Yeah, no. It's slow. It's methodical, but not in a good way. Like you can see them thinking. It's like watching dance classes. Like left foot, right foot, 1, 2, 3. Left foot, right foot, 1, 2, 3. Like that. It literally, like, now what do I do? You just see it on their face. Like, what's my next? Oh yeah, now I go here. Cheeky Nando's from Sky Blue. Big power bomb. How about yum yums and butter? I'll take Julie. Yeah, exactly. Standards. Welcome. The boys. You can tell we're unentertained by the match. Getting a little bark on. Down, boys. Anna Jay, stay or go. There's a good chance she'll stay because of her relationship with Jack Perry. if I think she wanted to make her career advance, I would go quick. You got to remember, I think if you're young enough, right, you could sign a 2-3 year deal with WWE. You could go through their training program. You could work on NXT. Maybe you never make their main roster. Maybe you never get the call up. Maybe you go and have a couple year run, but then you come out, 2-3 years later, you're a better athlete. You're a better wrestler. You understand the business a bit better, and you're more valuable to negotiate going back because now you have that WWE tag on you, and Tony will give you an extra few coins for it. Big powerbomb on Julia. Holy shit. Her head bounced. Willow with the win. What? You can't go wrong with butter, bro. You know how we feel about butter around
Would you
here.
like butter on that, sir?
Yes, we would like butter on them biscuits. Terrible miss. Oh. So the Babes of Wrath will take on the winner of Bane and Shafir or Tony and Mina. It would seem like Bane and Shafir would make the most sense, but we know Tony doesn't shy away from a good baby face on baby face. Butter, baby. Sisters of Sin took the L. Yes, they did. Willow and Harley continue to impress. Interesting. They could be their first tag champs, which, I mean, interesting choice. But I go to a legitimate commercial. I will take a second to say hello to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. We will be back tomorrow for our Survivor Series pre-show at 8 p.m. Again, be a friend, tell a friend. Let us know what is on your wrestling mind as we have another little while left of this one yet. This has been a long hour. Has anyone else felt that way? Is it just me? I'm feeling a little sleepy, folks. What are we doing? But yeah, we are on a full commercial. Let's go. Sisters of Sin lost. Yes, they did. 1-1. At this point, all four of those women need NXT for much better in-ring training. I would agree in a lot of ways. And I wish Tony and all his money would invest in that side of the business. I really would, because I think he has some talent, but I think we see, especially with certain talent, they're in every once in a while. I have a wrestling match once every 2 months. How do you ever expect to improve? How do you expect to get better? How do you expect the match quality? Like people talk, this is where the best wrestle. That would have been the worst match on NXT last night. Not even close. A makeshift tag team is winning the tournament. I think it's going to happen. I mean, it really could. As far as Shafir, maybe the plan was Bane and Penelope win, and they're still just going to go ahead with that plan, even though Penelope's out. Long as hell. No, I feel like it's flown by. I've enjoyed both matches. I thought the last match wasn't solid at all. Kind of took a little bit of the energy. This is why you pay the big bucks, money. What did C-Money say? Pillows Inc. Let's go. AW Cakes 0-2. Willow was the best part of the match. Sky, Julia, and Harley need more training. 100%. 100%. Standard. Some AEW talent are way too green to be on the main roster in WWE. I completely agree with that. And I know when people get mad about, talent coming over and going to NXT. Certain athletes like Stephanie Vacour chose to go to NXT, wanted to kind of get in that way. You look at Blake, look at Jordan Grace. Like they come into the WWE and people are like, oh, I can't believe they didn't just put them on the main roster. But then you see like their first couple promos, they're not that strong. People are complaining. They have a match that's iffy. Yeah, it's just because they're up here in one place doesn't mean they're up here in the other place. There's levels to this shit. And I think in cases like that, we've seen that, oh shit, she was like number 2 on that show. She can't even, she's not even one of the top girls here on this show. Never mind the next level. As Tony brings out Samoan Joseph, your new AEW champion. The lack of house shows is really doing a disservice to younger wrestlers, and it really freaking shows. I would agree with that as well for all companies, right? I mean, it was reps. It was able to cut loose. It was able to try things that you wouldn't normally try. Now you got athletes going into matches going, I've never done this move in front of people before. I hope it works out, right? Chance to work with people, see what the chemistry is. And I also think MDB, and I know yourself and members of your family have been around athletics. I do think there's something to be said about the injuries and the lack of work. I do think, you see it with sports. You've been off for too long. A, ring rust is an issue, but B, you're more likely to pull a hammy, stretch a groin, pop a shoulder, because you're not getting the consistent reps. You're not consistently working those muscles. And then when it's go time, it's an issue. That was an atrocious botch from Julia. She completely missed, not even close. There was several rants. Again, I thought the match was okay. As now Hobbs is messing with Tony, telling him to go away. Joe's got the mic. And we have the ops with no hook. I don't think. Yeah, I saw that, Damien. As we get video from the parking lot. And Swerve is here with a chain and a stapler. The toys. I like the staplers, the scissors. Leave those. Oh, here's Paige. Warriors, come out and play. Let's go. What's happening? The girls have to know if it's going to look bad. Don't do the move. Again, I think they're still in a place chair where you can literally see them like they land something and then they're like, you see them thinking like, what's next? Oh, okay, I do this. Like, again, it's just not enough reps. It's very, yes, the hope is they get better, but you got to put them in a position to improve and get better. Yeah, exactly. I'm with you. I got you. I almost contradicted you, and then I stopped because I was like, I get it. As security now surrounding the ring. Oh, they said Shibata. Oh, no, he came back. Joe's too good, though. Joe just makes me happy. I don't care. Tony and Mina winning the whole damn thing is a possibility. Last match was, yeah, that's enough out of you. Love, right? Yeah, we all do, don't we? Tanisha, Anna J. contract is up. Thoughts? If she becomes a free agent, she would be somebody I would highly consider getting her under contract for my company, whatever the company go. If I'm in AEW, I want Anna to stay. If I'm WWE, I would offer her money and the opportunity to grow. I think as someone like Anna has a chance to be a star. Anna kind of like, I mean this respectfully, but gives me kind of young Liv Morgan vibes. And now we see what Liv Morgan has become. Anna can be like that as well. Anna's got the drive, the hunger. She seems to have some level of talent and picked up some things, but to have her trained, learn to do a better promo, add some psychology to what she does, you could package her like an absolute star. As right now we are getting a video of the history and what happened on the weekend. Love seeing Joe as a top guy. I do. Swerve's got a chain. Swerve with a chain and a stapler. You can legit see Julia Sky and Harley's faces when they're trying. Oh, 100%. 100%, my guy. Their eyes almost roll back in their head like Taker. It's fucking hilarious.
Would you like butter on that, sir?
Right. So we do get a video package of the whole situation of Hook screwing over Hangman. Keep in mind, Hangman and Swerve have chains. Apparently, it's a long walk to the ring from the parking lot. KG was right. AEW needs a training like WCW had with the power plant. The power plant. I think it's an investment in your future. It's an investment in your product. If you're required, like, hey, part of your contract is, you're on TV once or twice a week and you're at the training facility 3 days a week, it helps because now you can fine tune this. You can take somebody that isn't a star and turn them into stars. But here comes Hook. They're making a big deal about Hook, and I don't fucking care. I fell asleep during Full Gear. I missed Swerve joining and Joe winning. That's okay, TK. Don't give me a bunch of fluff in a pay-per-view. Keep me at a 10 so I can stay awake for a moment. As Joe and Hook are hugging. And it looks like Joe just granted a wish to a Make-A-Wish kid. That's great. I don't care, guys. I don't care. There's like some boos. Hook's got a mic. There's some boos. MJF returns next week or the following week. And then does what, though, Damian? That cage match was just fine. It's okay. Okay. The greatest. What's up, Colin? What up? It was part of the Joe's plan. Yeah, I guess. How? It was he didn't eat. As we get whose house. But the idea that it was all Joe's idea, originally when Hook showed back up and Joe was all distracted, you kind of counter that, right? You didn't plan ahead. Power plant, got you. Yeah, I think it's Action Bronson, and it's terrible. I can't make it out. I don't care. And again, Edge in this spot, Hook in this spot means nothing to me. Right? Your world champion got fucked because of Hook? Okay. But Swerve walking through the crowd. Hangman's music plays. This is terrible. It's not good. Hook is David Flair. Oof. MDP, I don't know. Too soon? Rick would walk off this show if he heard that. Hook is a thing that now Hangman in the crowd. Swerve got a security guard. Swerve's beating someone up. Hangman's beating somebody up. Some big dude just got knocked the fuck out. So Hangman, Swerve with chains at ringside. Security surrounding the ops who have 4 men. They run away. Like every other fucking heel in this company. Like badass John Moxley, badass Joe. You got a guy the size of Hobbs. And all the heels ever do in this company is run away. Run the fuck away. Swerve coming to do Joe's taxes. There you go. No, it wasn't all that crazy. As now they're just beating up security guards, which we love to do. So there you go. Swerve and Hangman are now friends. Where the fuck? I got lots of tricks up my sleeves. Swerve coming to do Joe's taxes. Got that one. Now they're choking a lowly security guard. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving. And the heels just stand there and watch, like, haplessly. Like, the heel's going to do one of two things, guys, as they are literally hanging security. Does this prove how, like, you're next? Heels will do, if you're a true heel, you're going to do one of two things. One, you're going to stand your ground and play tough and bully the crew that you outnumber, or you're just going to walk off. You're not going to stand there making faces at two guys you give no fucks about. If he would have grabbed Shibata and they were choking Shibata, well, now Joe has a reason to look. But a real heel would have been in the fucking car and leaving the parking lot while those two guys got choked, because Joe does not give a fuck about either one of them. It's a very flat segment. Very flat. And again, your main event guys, instead of just being cool guys, they need to be guys with chains. They're going to beat up security guards. Again, just be cool. Isn't this where the best wrestle? Just be those guys. And we go to Moxley. AEW amateur wrestling is at its best, almost like amateur booking. Swerve stapling people. Why is this happening in the middle of the show, though? Write this better and end the show with it. Write it all better. And yes, I mean, you want your world title shit to be the big shit, right? Like, you have Joe come out just like he did. You make it shorter. You don't sell Hook so hard, because we don't need to sell Hook that hard. Hook comes out with everybody else. Joe puts him in a little fucking headlock, gives him a fucking noogie. Good job, kid. And then the other two show up. And that's how you end the show. That's how you go off the air. That's how you end things. Oh, shit. I agree with you, bro. Write all of this better. Friends for life. What are they doing? What are we doing? Anybody know what we're doing? Anybody? What are we doing? Why are they doing it this way? Swerve and Hangman have put their differences aside to go after the ops. I don't like that Joe and his crew are behaving the same way the Death Riders do, the same way Callis family does. They could outnumber their opponents by 15 guys, and they all run away. It's like every heel, like all these heels talk badass, but every single heel is somehow a chicken shit heel. The fuck are we doing? What are we doing? All right. Moxley Dorado next, just to get the blood going. I will take a poll, folks. This is our Blue League matchup. Oh, Dorado. Is it Dorada or Dorado? We're going Dorado. All right, folks, get your votes in. Who you taking? Who you taking? Who you taking? As the show rolls on, I can't believe there's still 55 minutes left of this show. This has felt painfully long. The crowd barely reacted to it because they don't. You have completely desensitized them. And hanging two guys that nobody knows, everybody knows is fake, and nobody gives a shit about in any way, shape, or form means nothing. Nothing. It means nothing. And again, if Joe was the guy that Joe acts like he is, he would have just kept walking. When they started choking the guys, he should have laughed. Fuck them. Why does he stand there all concerned? He's a heel. You don't give a fuck. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why? Why don't you get this? Simple shit. Basic shit. Tony said in the interview the other day, well, I've been doing this for 6 years. A lot of people can't say that. Can you show some signs that you've learned something? Maybe take a writing course. I don't know what to fucking tell you, but there's got to be ways to do this shit better, to put things in a good order. Someone to tell you, hey, don't have your pay-per-view, your pre-show matches bleed into your fucking actual match or your actual main card. Like all these little nuances that just kind of get thrown in. You're taking simple shit and making it messy for no fucking reason. None. No reason. And I am thoroughly intrigued by this match. What is Moxley and Dorado going to look like? Write it as a Joe Championship celebration to end the show and have Swerve and Hangman crash it to set up a tag match for the following week. Simple. 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 Right? And again, I think there's a better way to, I almost think you have that moment where the baby faces sneak up on the champion and maybe they get a piece of Hook. Maybe not all of Hook, but they get a piece of Hook tonight or a piece of Shibata. And that because they have the chains kind of throw off the heels. But you can't have a guy the size of Joe and a guy next to him the size of Hobbs and just run away from everybody. That's fucking nuts. You walked up to Hobbs in real life with a chain wrapped around your arm. Do you not think that man would bang his chest and say, bring it? Scare the shit right out of you? Come on. You don't think so? Yeah, flat, to be fair. Flat as a pancake. Considering we watched two grown men be hung by the Hangman and friend, it was really flat. You would never think that you would say, then they wrapped the fucking chains around their throat and then they hung them over the top rope. But it was a really flat segment. Like you see, there's like a disconnect. That should never be the case. Oh no, we getting Moxley. Yeah, right now we have off and running. I will check the chat. 80% going Mox as they should. But yeah, here we are with a little bit of Moxie just, again, trying to show off his technical prowess and his ability to chew gum aggressively. Now we get a U-Tap chant breaking out. How are the dojo members going to get the heat back on Swerve and Page? We got to beat them up, right? Like, what are you going to do? You just got ran off. So now you got to find a way to jump them. I don't know. Flat segment. See, what I would have done is have Hangman and Swerve show up without chains. You have them show up, and they're just so mad, so raged, they go running into a bad situation. And they look like, oh, fuck, they're going to beat up the Ops. And they come running in, and they land some punches, and they knock a couple guys down. The crowd cheers. But then Powerhouse Hobbs, the equalizer, just pancakes one of them. Then they team up on the other one. And the first interaction, you thought you were going to get us. Now you set up the moment where the two baby faces go, maybe we should get a weapon. You build. You don't just start with everybody grabbed weapons and ran at each other. You build, and you build it piece by piece. And again, you got to build moments. As John Moxley does a tope and almost slid all the way out the way. Then he rolls Dorado in like he's bowling. Steve, right? But yeah, I mean, there's options, Tony. And again, we don't want to just criticize. We see how you could put it all together in a nice little package. So why didn't we get Kingston confronting Hook first, and then they get beat down by the Ops? That works too. Look at this. Look at the writing team here at the Wrestling for Life Network. Corey, you're not wrong at all, my guy. Like, again, another option. Then one thing that I think AEW has done a lot of is they abandon relationships left, right, and center. As Dorado runs all the way up the ramp to run all the way back down, and like a moron, gets elbowed in the face as he should. Trick is eating soup. Oh. Eddie Kingston is going to join them, and they will win the trios belts. I hope, really. I don't get this murder porn on cable TV bullshit. Again, what is it? Alternative erotica wrestling, right? AEW, where there's a lot of fetishes that seem to be working out in the rings on a nightly basis around here. Again, I think there's a time and place for a big moment, right? You get your hands on Hook, and you wrap that chain around his neck, and you threaten to hang him, and then Joe's stuck. Do I do the honorable thing and save my buddy, or do I do the chicken shit thing and run away? What do I do? That matters. But when you just randomly hang 2 security guards, 2 local enhancement talents, it means nothing. That's why the crowd didn't cheer. That's why people weren't going nuts. No urgency, nobody trying to stop it. It's just part of the show. And that's the shit we talk about, like even the Continental Classic, you get everyone banned from ringside. Okay, like a normal match, right? So that's almost like you contradict yourself with all this other shit of, oh, this is all part of the show. It's not something chaotic, something that shouldn't have happened. All of this was part of the show because nobody stopped it. Nobody cared. Nobody acted concerned. The fucking commentary is horrible. They don't even sell shit to you. I'm just waiting for Moxley to get kicked out, but they'll drag that to World's End. I don't know how they're going to get there. Is it a case of Moxley and Claudio and the Continental Classic? How does it break out? How does it shake down? I haven't even much talked about it tonight. More of an ending of a show closer, Moxley next, ratings going down the toilet. Yeah, right? So you do this really kind of cool thing. Let's say you really liked it, and you're like, oh my God, Hangman, Swerve working together against the Ops. Good shit. And here comes Moxley versus Dorado. Yeah, what are we doing? Why? Yeah, that's a good question. AEW just killed Swerve's aura. Maybe I'll get you to expand on that, Byron. How do you mean? I get what you're implying, but what's your sentiment there? Go deeper. Pause. If this ain't the death of the Moxley faction, if they don't beat down Mox something, I don't know what we are doing. I have no clue, Rance. And again, I feel like we've been asking for, okay, he lost to Hangman. Let's end it. Nope. All right, he got through his feud with Darby. Let's end it. Nope. When will it be enough? When have we had enough Moxley? Hashtag concerned. What I miss? Yeah, pretty much. That covered it, Chris. Welcome back, sir. Come on, Dorado. What's up, Blue? Respect that Moxley doesn't take a night off, but sometimes you should take a night off. That is what makes this very interesting, because people are talking about, is Jon Moxley one of the wrestlers of the year? And one of the things that Moxley has on his 2025 resume is he worked a lot. He worked a lot, but he worked too much. And a lot of the work he did was bad. A bad main event at Revolution, I believe it was. A bad main event at what's the one in St. Louis? What the fuck? But yeah, anyway, you know what I mean. Bad main event there. Can't remember what it's called right now. I know somebody will fill me in. But then he has a bad coffin match, a bad I Quit match. So he's working a lot, but he's doing terrible. Anybody into this match? No, Inzaguri. Oh, the code red, a bit of a clunky code red. Lince Dorado was just at WWE teaching Speed to do a high spot. Again, lots of crossovers. Dorado doing a carry job. Again, though, what would make anybody think that Moxley and a luchador was a good idea? Oh, Moxley rolls out. There was no Eddie in that segment. Is he just out of the storyline? This is what happens. Guys drop off. We saw it with the Elite, Richard, as far as like they're in a group with Perry and Okada, then they run out and then they come back. And Okada is now with the Callis family and Perry's nowhere to be found. And then Perry's now back with Jurassic Express. Like so much of the shit. MJF was in the Hurt Syndicate. They got in a little tiffy. It's over. Now he's not in the Hurt Syndicate anymore. No payoff, though. Too many relationships get started and don't pay off in AEW. They just move on because they don't know how to write it. They don't know how to creatively put it together and connect the plan. And I think it's a sign to me that the show is booked very week to week or very close to week. If because it lacks depth, it lacks long-term continuity. It just lacks. And riddle me fucking this. Why is Orange Cassidy and Claudio most likely ending the show when you have Fletcher versus Okada? Why? I don't need to watch anymore. It's the reverse engineering we talk about all the time. The backwards programming. It's like this idea of, less people watch at that time, so we won't put anything good there. Which to me does a horrible, as Moxley's being stretched out in an arm bar and poorly selling it. Like, he's so bad. He is so bad at his job. If John Moxley was a racehorse, you take him out back and turn him into a glue stick. And now he's just punching Dorado in the face. Lukewarm boos. Yeah, you got Fletcher Okada, a marquee match. Could be the main event. Why not? You have, like I said, you had that big fight moment with your world champion, by the way, your former world champion and another former world champion. That doesn't main event the show. No, you follow that segment, the highlight of your show, arguably, with this match. Really? This is what you give us? The shows aren't constructed in a way to keep you. And to me, it's chicken shit. We have heard it before that, he adding matches in to avoid the fourth quarter of an NBA game. That's chicken shit. You got to man up. If you are as good at what you do and you have faith in the product you're putting on, you go and you ignore what everybody else is doing. You do you. Lynn's Doritos, spicy nacho. Nacho. Mox's punches are so fake. His selling is awful. Again, all of this is bad. Like, why are you banging on the mat? You're a heel. Now they're starting to clap. Oh, here we go with the Moxley's raging. I'm going to break your bones. Yeah, we know, Mox. Dorado just kicks him in the face. He goes back down. I think that could be the case, but it looks like World's End might be like a tag match instead of a world title match. Shooting star. Mox gets the knees up. Rolls it into a choke. He's got a dark choke. Almost pinning himself, but he's on the arm, so that's okay. Dorado's fading. Remember, we don't tap in this show. Everybody's too stupid to tap out. And they remix Swerve's theme song, not in a good way. I didn't even catch it. But John Moxley beats Dorado in a shocker. And again, the badass chokes someone out because he's a technician. So boring. Awful. Oh, no. Not good. Not great. Just
shit! Gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be
right,
kidding
Tony?
me.
Right, Tony? Tony not feeling it either. Denisha wants to know, why do you think the Hurt Syndicate aren't in the CC? Where's Denisha? KJ, did you see my comment? No! He needs a whole year. And here comes Timeless Tony. I guess to talk to Shafir? Let's go. Vamos. All right, let's go back to the one I did see. Yeah, Bobby, no Shelton. You think they would be nice inclusions? I don't know what they're doing with the Hurt Syndicate. Does the Hurt Syndicate take time off now? Is the Hurt Syndicate going to be in a rivalry with Ricochet, who cheated, quote unquote, to win the national title? You run that back, but is it Bobby versus Ricochet? Is it Shelton versus Ricochet? How does this work? Again, questions to be asked. No answers seem to be here tonight. And Timeless Tony Storm, not in black and white, by the way. Every match so far seemed rehearsed. So here's my question. Legitimate question for the sickos out there. And I might even clip this and post this and see who will respond. But for all the diehard AEW fans and all the fans here tonight, we've watched Monday. We watched last night. This is where the best wrestle. This is where people like Dave Meltzer will tell you AEW always has better matches. Out of the matches we've gotten tonight, what matches were they better than that we've seen this week? Raw had good in-ring matches between the bells. We were happy with that. Last night, better matches than we're getting tonight, more entertaining matches. Again, let's be honest. They don't just only put on good matches. Sometimes they give us a Moxley match, and it's not quality. It's not good. It's not exciting. It's boring. So let's be real. Let's start talking about it. Because this whole default that this is the only company that gives us good wrestling matches and the other one only cares about theatrics, yeah, I'm calling horse shit on that completely. Jamie Hayter, Switchblade, I don't know. Switchblade, a lot of people thought we're coming back in full gear. This promo is going long and seems pointless. Well, we got a little bit of a pop. She called them sickos. Genuine Seal. Remember what MVP said about Triple H, KJ? The grass ain't green around the other side, right? That's the thing, man. Again, he said, I'm going to retire, but I guess, fuck it, we're getting a paycheck. We just have to put up with some nonsense once in a while. I mean, I get it. Here comes Mina. This just won't stop. I'm not complaining.
Yum yums.
That's right, Tony. People used to fear Mox, right? Mox has this whole gimmick, this whole build, this whole setup. The crazy man that wants to break your bones, and he's going to do all the things, and I'll go crazy, and I'll explode the place, and I'll kill you, and I'll rip your eyes out, and I'll tell your mother. So the stipulation, a holiday death match. So because the Timeless Love Bombs won the Fatal 4-Way, they get to name a stipulation. Now, from what I understand, and somebody can correct me, the other semifinal already happened and had no stip. So the stip that they came up with didn't apply to both teams or both groups. That's fine. But in a month where we've had, or in a time period where we've had multiple cage matches, multiple ring matches, multiple no DQ, at the pay-per-view we had a no holds barred followed by a no disqualification match. And in the first ever tournament to crown your first ever women's tag champions, let's have a fucking holiday death match. Why? This is where the best wrestle. Isn't this where the best wrestle? Why do we got to keep doing this? It's like the guy down the road from you that has a shit car but does it up really good. Like, there's 16s, but I keep them real shiny, right? Like, that's what this is. It's all bells and whistles. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all sleight of hand. Why does there need to be a death match in this tournament? People love death matches, KJ. Yeah. It's boring shit. And again, this is where the best wrestle. Prove it. Do we still have 2 matches left? We got Darby, Kevin Knight, 35 minutes on the clock. What else do we got on the docket? Are these guys going to go 20 strong? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on a commercial break. I will take a second to remind everybody we are back tomorrow, 8 p.m. we will be live on YouTube. Your Survivor Series prediction and preview show. Nick and I are going to break it all down. We're going to get into it. We're going to have a fun one. But this show rolls on still tonight. But make sure you hit like, share, subscribe, be a part of the shows, be a part of the family. Let everyone you know about the Wrestling for Life Network. The prediction link is in the chat above. Make sure you click your predictions. Get your predictions in for Survivor Series. Again, we're not just doing matches anymore. We are actually throwing in some prop bets and some fun stuff. So get in there, become our new prediction champion, and that will be on the line on Saturday. And I lied earlier. The deadline should be 7. I got to change that on the sheet. Chris, you make a solid point. What did Chris say? Timeless Love Bombs versus Mina Shafir, hardcore holiday death match. What exactly is that? It's going to be a typical death match, but they're going to have Christmassy stuff like trees and candy canes and eggnog, probably. Again, why is this part? Why did this need to be included in your tag team tournament? Why? I don't get it. I don't get it. You're right. See, I'm a nice guy. Tony's starting to get bland. That promo was so unnecessary. It went long. Then you bring out Mina just so she can wave, and they like it was not good. It was boring. It was long-winded, and now we're getting a death match. Do you know why? Because we can't actually wrestle. And that's what we do. To hide the fact that we suck at our jobs, we find silly ways to do our jobs. 16s? Right, let's go. 2 matches left, yes. I miss Christian, man. Darby versus Knight and, OC Claudio. I forgot about OC Claudio. Will this night ever fucking end? Survivor Series with possible return of Liv Morgan. Facts. Liv Morgan could come back. Others could come back. Is Seth closer than we think? Maybe. I heard we're worried that he might not even be there for Mania. But could we be duped again? Such very little said in a segment that seemed to take forever. Considering all you had to do was like tell everybody, hey, we're going to have a death match. Why was there so many words involved with that statement? But I will put a poll up, folks. Get your votes in. Who are you taking in this one? Are you taking Darby? Are you taking Kevin Knight? This match could be match of the night. This could be, so far, I don't think we've had what I would define as a really good match. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong. Okada Kyle Fletcher was decent, but nothing exciting. Nothing like, oh my God, what a match. This one could be it. But yeah, your vote's in. Let me know. We got to treat Chris' comment like spazzes. Let's go. Yeah, no, we do. And then or my buddy Chris is going to end up on the outside looking in. He likes to push that envelope. Blake Monroe. Yeah, runs off there. Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's just, it's a feeder system. Look at all the talent you could have on this show right now. Could you imagine tonight if we were having Ricky Saints versus Kyle Fletcher for a belt, or, Britt Baker versus someone good, Jade still running amok? Could you imagine if those, where's MJF? Could you imagine if all that was on this show still? Cody Rhodes, Punk. Imagine they were still on this show. But now you let your competition have them. Not only that, you sent them over there with a mission to fuck your shit up. Hashtag duped. I feel very low confidence on my Survivor Series pick so far. Sometimes those are the best ones, though. Really. Sometimes those are legitimately like, I don't know, just winging it. And those seem to be the ones that work out, Nuber. It's been the longest fucking show ever. This match should be good. Two young guys. Facts. Darby Allin for the win. Javon Evans for the win. See money. Jesus. Darby is going to find a way to beat this young up-and-coming who is significantly more talented. 100%. Ding. On point. Absolutely how this is going to play out. 85%-ish. Going Darby as expected. Lacey Lane in AEW. That big news? No, I don't think so. Let me ask you a question, Jason. Like, was the Grizzled Young Vet signing a big deal? What about Ace Austin? No. Speedball, maybe a little. Josh Alexander? No. Again, you sign these women, Megan Bain, Camille, Deonna Purrazzo. All, I think Lacey's going to be the same as all of the above. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, sir. Happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. God bless, Jordan. 120. A guy 120. A guy Darby not exciting. There was a time that Darby was super exciting. He felt new. He felt different. As his leg looks blown up. But he was young. He was exciting. He was different. He felt edgy. He had the high flying style. But then it all went away. You booked him into oblivion. And when it stops being about the wrestling. And all you think about Darby is, what is he going to jump off of? What are they going to throw him into? Bang, moonsault off the apron. Down goes Darby. And again, Darby with some more training, somebody kind of refining the talent he already has. Darby is my age, looks 40. He fucking does. This man looks like a fake Carmelo Hayes. Give some love. Give some love to Kevin Knight. He's a really talented guy. Did good things in TNA, been kind of average in AEW, but I like Kevin Knight. Darby does a tope, and it was ugly. Even Excalibur actually saying, "Oh, Darby might have misplaced his tope." Poof, gone. Oh. Suplex from the top. And we go to picture-in-picture. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Darby Allin has been approaching Sami Zayn levels of heat for me personally. It's not even that. And I get what you're saying for sure, MDB. I think it almost went the other way. Like, even if I kind of not happy with Sami at any given time, which is rare, there's still kind of like, oh, okay, there's kind of that love there, and you kind of know what he does or why people like him. With Darby, I've just kind of like stopped caring, right? At least I'm willing to have the argument with Sami, but Darby, I wouldn't even fight you on it, right? Darby's great. All right, man. All right, do you? Happy blessed Thanksgiving, Zippy. Danisha, thank you so much. They buried Private Party for the Hurt Syndicate to win the tag team titles. They lose them, and TK booking them lose hard, like doesn't care about the talent. I don't know, Denisha, that it's a lack of care. Everything that I've seen from Tony Khan, I feel like it's a guy that really cares. Maybe cares too much in some circumstances. It makes us not care about them for sure. And again, I just don't think he knows how to book in a way to get in and out. So everything is very, like I always say, pop-up book writing. The little scene pops up. Oh, look, pretty colors. Next page. The next page doesn't exactly connect to the last one, but you pop it open. Oh, more pretty colors. That's what this is. Just, table spot. Next one. Oh, jumped off a building. Oh, bleeding. It's just pop-up. There's no connective tissue. There's no real, how do we get there? What do we do with it? And a lot of rumors that Private Party could be ending up in NXT sooner than later. So hang tight for that. But yeah, like the Hurt Syndicate, what are you doing? You make such a big deal about signing Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, who are arguably two of your best professional wrestlers in this entire company. And what are you doing with them? They're unsuccessfully going after the mid-card, the brand new mid-card belt. How? Why? Why would that be the thing? I don't know, but thank you so much for that super chat, Denisha. That's why WCW was smart for the power plant. KJ Goldberg was the headliners. AEW don't have that big name. They're lacking name value. And again, part of that goes back to the booking, and I've talked about it. Certain people get really over, and you just don't sell as well on them. You don't ride that wave. You don't know how to amplify somebody that's already naturally doing it. Swerve, to me, is a great example because that is your guy. Like when he is so over. Will Ospreay, when he shows up, when he signs with this company, comes out, the roof blows off the place. People are pumped to see this guys. Ladies are throwing panties. Moms are throwing children. Will Ospreay's the guy. And then you put him in mid-card shit with nobodies. But he fought Fletcher. Yeah, he helped Fletcher get over. Look how much better Fletcher looks after a couple of times with Will Ospreay. But you got him fucking around with Don Callis. You got him doing mid-card bullshit. Why is this guy not grabbing the cart and running with it? It's no different than anyone else that's ever got over. If you don't find a way to book The Rock and lean into the boos of the crowd, then Rocky Maivia dies, and we never get the Rock legacy that we have. Same for Austin, same for others. You got to be able to take somebody that's naturally connecting and turn it up and have everybody get into it. Make it a vibe. Make it a reason. Oh, shit, I better buy my AEW ticket. Swerve's coming to town, or Sky Blue's coming to town. Whoever it is, as we get a shotgun drop kick into the guardrail. As always, we are outside of the ring. Yeah, that's all he takes is hard bumps. All he takes. When does he ever take a soft bump? That'd be both of us tomorrow, Frankie. I hope your Thanksgiving is blessed, KJ. You too, Zippy. Though mine was a little bit ago being a Canadian, I'm more than happy to double down on some turkey. So let's go. Yeah, Chris, mind your business. I think Darby is just committed to being a crash dummy. It's become his thing, right? But what he's going to learn, and what a lot of athletes have learned, is you can't do that forever. Even the guys from Jackass got old, right? You know, it used to be cool when, you know, Johnny and Steve and Bam were fucking each other up. But now they're grown-ass men with children and wives, and it's not nearly as funny. You know? Darby's eventually going to get to a point where he's got to, all right, I'm still the stunt guy, or am I going to, you know, grow up? But this is it. Just go out there and kill yourself, kid. We're getting slight "this is awesome" chants. People willing it, and half the crowd has no interest in giving "this is awesome." The crowd is extremely quiet. Match is not bad. Bobby versus Swerve is the money match AEW is looking for. Yeah, and again, even when you had a chance to kind of set up an angle, they weren't playing. You could tell they had no interest in even beginning to sell the idea. Pendulum DDT on the outside as we're back outside the fucking ring. Get in the ring. I watched someone play League of Legends with their feet yesterday. My mind is gone. Jesus Christ. I don't want to even see your search history, sir. Who the fuck still plays League of Legends? The feet part right over your head, though, right? Let's ignore the feet part. But when's the last time someone played that? That becomes catch my baby. You know, Uncle Dave is in Tony's ear talking down Bobby Lashley for sure. Mr. Noob, I'm with you, buddy. And I think anybody that kind of bucks the system that way, as far as We saw it. Miro didn't want to do jobs for just anybody, so he was on the outs. Difficult to book. Malachi Black, Aleister Black, also reported the same things. Some of the women have said it. Shit, we recently just had Elise and Tegan Knox, pissed off at how things were going to get booked. As we get a code red? 2. Roxanne does it better. But you're right. Again, I think anybody that's anti that, that pro wrestling guerrilla vibe, it's just they get pushed out. Cody was the first obvious victim, that he wanted to do something different than everyone else was doing. And then all of a sudden the articles started coming out. And then all of a sudden the crowd started booing no matter what he did. Oh, I heard he said mean things to the Bucks. I heard he didn't like Kenny. Boo! Then he goes off to WWE and main events a couple WrestleManias, grabs a couple titles along the way. But we got the coast-to-coast kick. Took forever, but it got it. Thecklin, Tay, and Takeshita versus Roddy Strong, and Pac versus Mike Bailey tomorrow so far announced for Collision. I'm not going to lie. I'm more interested in talking about Survivor Series than a taped Collision. Good job, Tony Schiavone. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Knight just beat Darby. To which Tony Schiavone said, it's his biggest win in this tournament. It's his first and only win in this tournament, you fuck. My God, fuck you, Tony Schiavone. Kevin Knight beat Darby clean. So, Fletcher beats Okada. Kevin Knight beats Darby. Moxley beats Dorado. Night 1 of the Continental Classic. Wasn't Darby like... AEW is a bad show for me. It's been very bland. Very, I keep looking at the clock. 9:42. What the fuck? Darby has a good 4 years left max of treating his body like this. Dude, I'm telling you, buddy. I played sports. I was very active growing up, played a lot of different things, kept moving. And then you get to an age and your body just doesn't want to do shit. Just breaks down. And I don't care who you are out there. Even if you're in great shape, if you're over 40, your body aches for stupid reasons. But, and Darby can't do it forever. And it stops being cool. It gets to a point where it's like the butt stuff. Like BTE and that kind of shit was cool when they were 28. Now they're 38. It's not as cool. Oh, you hang out and do that, then it's not as fun. You're losers. But now we are getting a replay of FTR winning the world titles at Full Gear. Dang, you make me feel old when you say that, KJ. Time flies. I was on the screen watching Jackass. Jay, I get it. I mean, dude, it's funny how time just catches up on you. And I get it. Age ain't nothing but a number. Well, maybe a bad example, but it is what it is, man. You're as young as you feel. Try and keep it light. Try and keep it fun. But yeah, definitely not. Mick couldn't even do it. He's not wrestling into 2030s. No. Well, look at poor Mick, right? Like Mick was out there with GoFundMe's for hip surgery. We signed him back and give him a little run so he could get some medical cleared up. Like Mick every day wakes up remembering those bumps. You don't escape those bumps. They come back and remind you, hey, remember that time? You remember that time. You remember. That's what it is. It fucking every time. That was a good spot. Which one? The Leafs are the most valued team in a little over $4 billion. Yeah, they would be. Too bad it doesn't translate to Stanley Cups. But they are definitely a valued commodity, big fan base, the mecca of the hockey world. Can't win a cup. Can't win a cup. Kevin Knight should win so we can start branch out away from Mike Bailey. There you go. There you go, my guy. You got what you asked for. Jada Parker, main roster. Soon. I think she's ready. If I sneeze hard enough, I feel my body work. I'm with you, bro. Fuck. Did I break a rib? What the fuck? Shit. Tony. What did I don't even want to know what this fucker. Oh, all right. I'll accept that was a good one, Chris. All right. This is exactly what the fuck I wanted. So, I mean, but what does this mean? Here's a cookie. Here's a gold star. What does this mean for your current guys? So, like we know what the IWC is like, right? Oh, they buried him. Does Darby losing to an up-and-comer like a Kevin Knight, a lower mid-card guy, hurt Darby? That's the question. Does it hurt Darby? And right now we got 14 minutes left to the top of the hour, and we're going to get Orange Cassidy Claudio, which we've gotten many times before. And it's a straight up one-on-one, no run-ins. So that's what the rest of this show looks like. Should have been advertising the whole fucking night. See, start thinking, and I know you don't want to be like the WWE, and I don't recommend copying them, but there are certain things that work well. You know, you start the show with Joe and the Ops. Maybe you just see them in the back, or you see them coming in, pulling up, and you weave that through the show. But Eddie Kingston, 3 segments too late. I don't want to talk about Hook. So Kenny doesn't want to talk about the Bucks. Eddie doesn't want to talk about Hook. The fuck are we doing? Why do we got a mic? I don't want to talk about it. What the fuck are we doing? What's up, Kate? Happy Thanksgiving. Who cares if it hurts Darby? Darby the crashed dummy whose only story is I was homeless and now I like to jump on stuff because a billionaire paid me a lot of money and punctured my skin for funsies. I had it apart. So now Eddie's going to fight Shibata, yet Eddie was nowhere to be found when we had Shibata and friends out at the ring. And the guy who was his little buddy for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Is he that upset about Hook? What the fuck are we doing? Will Claudio Gorilla out of the ring? Not out of the ring. He's not Darby. He will Gorilla press him most likely, though. Steady Eddie. And you understand my problem? Someone said it during the segment. Was it Boston in the chat who said, "Where's Eddie?" You think Eddie would have an opinion, or Eddie would come out and confront them? They start beating up Eddie, and then Swerve and Hangman help Eddie, and then everybody gets a pop because we want to love Eddie, but you book him like a loser. You Hangman, Swerve, 2 of your big baby faces. Wouldn't that all work? Wouldn't that all come together nicely? Am I crazy? Watch me. Why is this the main event? You're going to have to ask Tony Khan. They're great. Tony Khan says, the shows are great. They're on a hot run, and they've never been better, and its booking is only getting better.
No, you're lying!
We know he's lying. What did Corey say, Mr. Corey? Did someone just reference Anthony Ogogo? Anthony Ogogo, who they were pushing heavily, had one feud with Cody, Raheem Rhodes, and it vanished. He was in like a group for a little bit after, like they popped up randomly. Maybe in Ring of Honor. I don't know. You're right though. Like, where did go? I have no idea. But here comes Jane and Orange Cassidy. Definitely wasn't me. Fuck Eddie. Stay off my screen. Somebody mentioned it, but the idea that Hook and Eddie are friends. Hook, Eddie doesn't. I don't want to talk about Hook. Be a man. Come on, what are we doing? Talk about him. Who cares? OC's been losing a lot this year. Yeah, I mean, he went on that like epic run. Remember when he won like, what was it? How long did he have the international title or the OG continental title, whatever the fuck it was? He went on forever. The Atlantic title, was it that? Yep. He usually open shows with him, which if you're going to open shows with OC, again, another example of where Tony's a nice guy, but Tony doesn't help business. So you have a guy that opens a lot of your shows because he thinks the fans like him. Fine. So that's fine. Do that. But then you have the guy come to you and say, can I have any chance you'll pay for the licensing for Jane? I used it on the indies. I really like it. Okay. So now every week we start shows or end shows with like the most boring fucking flat entrance music. Oh, but it fits his gimmick. I get it to a point. And that's where it gets beyond my point. I didn't put a poll up. I'll put up one now. It's still early. We still got about 9 minutes on the clock. And Tony can end a show on time, so we'll see where this goes. Someone's 40-year-old teenager son is coming out to the ring. Facts. Orange. Flaccidity. We have a boring guy versus an even more boring guy. Yeah, this would be like the paint drying fighting the grass growing to end the show. Meanwhile, you had your champion and his enemies in the middle of the show, buried under a fucking John Moxley boring match. Do you see Tony? Nah, maybe not. I didn't even know Tony was still in AEW. I don't know if the WWE really needs Tony Chimmel at this point. Right? Really, I'm sure there's new, younger, spry Tony Chimmels out there. The most exciting thing about this match, I'm not even kidding. KJ is the most, I appreciate that, man. So one of those weird nights where a very flat night from Tony Khan, and we talked about this before, MDB, where it's just not enough to like freak out about. So I'm not like on a rant drive tonight and not enough to kind of be excited about. So I'm not exactly cheering and laughing with everybody. They got me kind of flat. They got me kind of flat out here. Thank you, sir, though. Appreciate the love all day, every day. OC and Claudio have wrestled against each other a lot in the last 2 months. Again, this is the company that doesn't do rematches. This is a company that doesn't just repeat the same thing. This is the company that's unpredictable, which I'd say the last couple fucking days, they've been pretty unpredictable in their finishes. Claudio Cheese Cannoli. Stay tuned. The bigger matches will be coming out in the Continental Classic. Yeah, so now we're getting stuff on Collision. Thekla will take on Tay Mello. Not sure why. Thekla, another example. Someone brought it up earlier about people that come in, and is it a big deal that they sign so-and-so? Thekla signs. Oh, my God, she's so good. Why don't you use her like she's so good? Claudio misses. Orange Cassidy, again, outside of the fucking ring, like every other fucking match. Like, to me, the basic of wrestling is a match takes place in the ring. Matches that leave the ring are an exception. Yes, I saw clips of this, Keyshawn. I can't wait to dig into it more and talk more about it. We will definitely have more follow-up on Vince Russo and the wonderful, colorful, delusional world that Vince Russo lives in. And y'all might want to tune into Jim and see what he has to say about being called a goof. Woo! You goof. You're a goof. But yeah, we got a match going on. It's not very exciting. Feel like the whole night's kind of been like that. Just a swing and a miss all night long. Not a whole lot of effort. You know what we didn't get tonight? Anyone in the chat right now, think real hard. What is something that Tony has been giving us a shit ton of, and they are not, and we're not getting any tonight. We didn't get one. You got to check the iShow Speed, have a full WWE match. He got a crash course from Sheamus, Randy. I think I saw clips of that going around too. I'll check that out for sure. Did you see? Yes. What was that? What? Tell me you're on drugs without telling me you're on drugs. I'm just not a professional opinion. I'm just saying, if the clap fits, right? If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably high as fuck. Flip the first match, and then the last match, at least I leave happy. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's just from name value, from marquee value. For what these guys should mean to your company, Claudio and Orange Cassidy should not be the Dynamite main event. Right? The same people that are sitting at home right now going, this is awesome, Claudio, OC, this is great, are the same people that would be, oh, I can't believe Penta Gunther was a main event of a Raw. What the fuck are we talking about? There's levels to this, people. Spazoid, $5. Thank you again, sir. A pre-taped 90-minute mostly evolved house show adjacent episode of NXT last night still clears the show. Also live in 33 minutes. Hashtag cheap pop. Be a friend, tell a friend. Go check it out. 10:30 tonight. It'll be fun. There you go. Anthony got it. We did not have any 8-man tags. Not even a trios match tonight, if my memory serves me. We actually got more singles matches tonight than we have been. We got one ladies tag match, which sucked. It sucked. It's just literally like watching wrestling training school. Sorry, sidetracked. Shorzy, I just got a commercial that Shorzy's coming back. So if you don't know what Shorzy is, it's a show. It's Canadian. If you've heard of Letterkenny, it's a spin-off of Letterkenny. It's funnier than Letterkenny, and I love it, and I'm pumped it's coming back. That's my biggest pop of the night, was the fact that a show is coming back and has nothing to do with this show. No, not so. You give out a new belt, Corey. You give out a new belt, and you don't have it present on the next show. What the fuck are we doing? Why would you not have that? Why would you not celebrate that? Why would you not do one of those phony fucking celebrations with Ricochet and the belt and nowhere? Not nowhere. That's a good point. One women's match, facts. We had the Yum Yum match. We did have a Yum Yum match. That's fair. Though it, thank God for the Yum Yum part. Kendall Grave is better wrestler and man than Orange Cassidy. Oof. Chris had to go the extra step. But you might be right. No Ricochet. But yeah, the big thing I noticed, no like $1 million or $500,000 for a 8-man tag or 6-man tag. We didn't have any of that tonight. But Orange Cassidy gets up with his hands in his pockets. The Alanis Morissette of wrestling. Kick in the thigh. Claudio spins around so he can kick him. Again, looks terrible because the guy you hit has to put himself in position. We can see you putting yourself in position to get kicked in the face. Try to make it not look fake.
Yum yums.
It's all NXT was more exciting. It definitely was more exciting. And I gave NXT a 6. No, I gave it a 7. Nick gave it a 6. But NXT was far more exciting than Dynamite tonight. NXT was taped and was more fun. Facts. Ooh. Pocket power. Batista is expected to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2026. I feel like we've said that 24, 25, 26. I wasn't even supposed to be inducted in 21, but then it never happened, and it still hasn't happened. But I think Batista, John Cena. Do you do Randy Orton? And just kind of like, do we do like the OVW Hall of Fame class. You know, Jim Cornette inducts everybody. Yeah, it might have been one of those nights where maybe we didn't catch as much of the show as we should have, and the show was a little better than we thought it was. But sometimes we get distracted by this. See, Money, you're correct. Every single time I see Orange Cassidy, I hear Hick's voice yelling, "Pockets!" Laugh my ass. That's all I hear. Come on now, Pockets. Get over here. The match is boring. I'm sorry, guys. This is where the best wrestle. Where is the example of the world-class, top level? You got to see this wrestling tonight. I'm all ears. Let me know out there. Is there something here tonight that you would tell your friends, bro, go find the clip. Go make sure you check out the Okada Fletcher. Like, what happened here tonight that is must-see? Swinging, because it's boring because it's formulaic. It's boring because we've seen it. It's boring because it's not a main event match. It's boring because they've ran it back so many fucking times. It's boring because they just don't give a fuck. If Tony's analytics tell him it's going to be a quieter time, then he won't book for it. And the proof of that is last week's Dynamite with an hour-long collision, again, that didn't matter. Tony, if Tony is as good as Tony says he is, if Tony is as great of a booker as people make him out to be, then book with your balls, bro. Book proper. Book like I will make you show up and watch. And if you don't watch, I'll make sure it's clippable that people are going around buzzing about it. So next week you will watch. But when you mail it in and you augment the order of your show based on what you think your analytics are telling you, so then you get your good stuff in the middle and your bad, like, what are we doing? Great. We got a little bit of good meat on this fucking shitty bread sandwich. Like, why? What are we doing? But have some balls, Tony. And if this is your hot run, your great run, your 2025 run, the fuck are we doing? This is it. If this is you on the best booking that you feel like you've ever done, then clearly we got a problem here. Clearly we have a failure to communicate. Clearly you don't get what your job is. We go into a Hurricane Rana. We get a 2 count. European by Claudio. Balls. Facts. And Claudio pins Orange Cassidy. A little bit of a flat finish. Nobody sells a finisher. You got to. Again, if you start doing the fundamentals of good storytelling, again, like, it's like anything else, guys. And I've beat this drum so many times, but you build to a crescendo, right? You don't do your biggest, coolest shit in the opening scene. Or if you do, your movie probably went downhill. Realistically, again, boring match, boring end. Claudio's catching his breath in the corner. We've gone 4 minutes over the hour. The crowd, you're ending a show with the crowd sitting down. Just, and here come the riders. Mox, Yuta, Shafir. Oh, and Renee, we're in the overrun, and we're doing an impromptu interview with the fucking Miss Moxley. Why? Orange Cassidy up, pushing Yuta, and we got a melee. So what was the point of Renee even being here? What was the point of Renee being here? here comes Roddy. And the crowd's not making a fucking sound. Dear Dave, dear Tony, why is the crowd quiet? Dear sickos, why is the crowd quiet? If this is so fucking cool, why is the crowd silent? Fletcher, Dorado, we're having a melee for the tournament that's already begun. This is what you do a week before the tournament to sell us on the tournament, you fucking dummies. Oh, we got some AEW chants. Maybe a third of the crowd. Maybe a small pocket of the crowd. Dorado, why is this happening in the overrun? End it. The program is over, guys. It doesn't make any sense. You don't announce the bracket for a tournament on a Monday and then start the tournament on a Wednesday. And then after 3 matches in the tournament, you have the participants getting a brawl. No, you announce the participants 2 weeks out. And then you advertise the fuck out of the tournament. And then the last week, when you had 3 hours and your thumb's in your ass, that's when you book a brawl with all the competitors. Oh my God, the Continental Classic's going to be crazy. And then you have the Continental Classic with a little bit of buzz, a little bit of excitement, a little bit of energy. No, not here. We will purposely do things ass fucking backwards and then tell you just don't get it. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. Get the fuck out of here with this nonsense. Do better. That is garbage. Garbage.
Shit!
Exactly. Simply.
Shit!
He's crashed.
Yeah. The brawl has no reason. And a show doesn't stay with the unscheduled shit. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a match. It might run over the hour. We're going to stick with it until we get a winner. But everything else that happens after, you got to go. You bring Renee out. Why was Renee even there? Why not just have them beat up Cassidy without Renee? The fuck are we doing? Great. Fuck. It's like the airbag going off after you already smashed your head on the fucking steering wheel. Thanks. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I take a rating out of 10 for every single show. Give me your ratings real quick. I won't stay much longer. What did you feel? What did you like? What didn't you like? What was good? What was bad? What was in between? Listen, I'm sorry, sickos. I'm sorry to anyone out there that doesn't like bad news, but this one mailed it in. This one was not what it was supposed to be. This one was boring, flat as a pancake. It didn't have a whole lot of up. It didn't have a whole lot of down. It was just uneventful across the board. Again, some people are going, oh, Fletcher O'Connor. You don't get to say it's a good match just because 2 people that are kind of good that you like are in it. That's the most fucked up thing I've ever heard. Oh, it was an Okada-Fletcher match. It was great. Well, what did they do? Well, they did stuff. It's Okada-Fletcher, so it's good. You got to stop. Like this idea that just saying things means something. They don't. You got to back it up. Tonight was bland. Tonight was boring. The women's tag match looked like a training match. Several of the matches on this show tonight would have been the worst match on NXT last night. Straight up. And we can go match for match. But there was a lot of shit on this show. Moxley Dorado did nothing for nobody. Claudio Orange Cassidy was a fucking horrible main event. No energy. Just nothing exciting tonight. Nothing to dig into. Your new national champion, not even on the show. Not at all. Fuck it. Your world champion comes out in a segment and gets chased off by what looks to be the next challenger and the last champion in the middle of the show, and then you follow it with Mox versus a Lucha Dude. I don't know. I'm giving tonight a 5. 7, 5. 4. Boring as fuck. 100% boring as fuck. Isn't this a cool, exciting company? Isn't this the company that puts on the best matches? Isn't this the company where the best wrestle? Isn't, like, what are we doing? It's boring as fuck. Not even close to what the WWE programming has been to this point this week. Not even close. 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10. Oh, look at all these haters. No, people with eyeballs, with real opinion. 2 out of 10, 4.25 out of 10 knee pads. Hashtag awful. I got to try and get that clip of him going, awful. What was bad? How much time you got? Yeah, fuck. I just spent 2 hours and 25 minutes going on about the bad tonight. 7 out of 10. If you're watching TBS, I'm immediately following. No, I'm actually on a Canadian sports channel. They're showing great plays from the CFL. Oh, fucking hell. John Cena on Wipeout. Probably more exciting than Dynamite tonight. That was more dull than a fisherman's rut. It was flatter than my grade 5 girlfriend, guys. It did not have any curves. It did not have anything. Boiled chicken would not recommend. Facts. Let's be real on this one. 7 out of 10. John Cena was caught smashing Nikki Bella's poodle. Jesus Christ, Chris. 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. 2 out of 10 from Kate. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Just in case you're not here tomorrow, happy Thanksgiving to our American friends out there. Are you interested in Claudio versus Moxley next week? Only because they're tied by the Death Riders. I don't think it's going to be a good match. I think it's going to be bland, boring, slow match. And if you guys watch, there is no signs. There is nothing in the booking. There is nothing in the writing. There is nothing to indicate that the Death Riders are anywhere near breaking up. So if they just break up, bad writing. If they don't break up, bad writing. What the fuck are we doing? Why are we fucking around with this? Why the fuck are we doing this at this level constantly? Moxley, Claudio, they'll probably beat the shit out of each other. They'll probably go draw on that one. This is where the big boys play. Oh, that was 20 years ago, right? Right? Remember, watch AEW, folks. The biggest boy AEW has is Big Bill, and he is a low card at best. I haven't seen Big Bill in weeks. Again, you got guys like Hobbs that run away from people. You don't think Hobbs would just want to squish a couple heads like a melon? Like, what the fuck are we doing? 10 out of 10. AEW was a great show. Jordan, step away from the pipe. 3.3 out of 10. Not beating Liv Morgan's return. There you go. Moxley and Cesaro are going to slow dance for 100%. Exactly. A lot of clutching, a lot of grabbing, a lot of forearms, a lot of uppercuts, but not a whole lot of fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the show. That is Dynamite. That was lackluster. Every week we start the Wednesday shows with all the hope, all the excitement. We really do want it to go well. For those who think our criticisms are hatred, well, you're clearly not watching enough. But be a friend, tell a friend. We got busy times coming up. We will be here tomorrow, 8 p.m. for the predictions and previews. Friday, 7:30 for SmackDown. Saturday, we will be here on at 6 p.m. for Survivor Series. It's going to be insane. War Games is upon us. But I hope everyone had a good time tonight. I hope you are well. I hope it felt
Would you like butter on that, sir?
smooth like butter. But ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate it. Check all the socials. And I'm Mr. Every Night, KJ White. I am the Iron Man of YouTube. On behalf of Anthony and Big Nick, see you on the flip side. Have a good night.
Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.